Long ago, in a distant kingdom, there lived a king named Vikram Singha. The kingdom was rich in crops and culture. The people were skilled and hardworking. But there was one problem. The king was mischievous, arrogant, and extremely stubborn. He was obsessed with his power and ruled his subjects with fear. If anyone dared to disagree, the king would punish them immediately, laughing as he declared, "What the king says is truth." In the royal court, there was a barber named Gopal. He was a quiet man with a calm demeanor. Gopal didn't talk much, but he was wise beyond his appearance. The king liked him particularly because he remained silent while trimming his hair. The king thought, "This man fears me. That's why he doesn't talk." Good. But in reality, Gopal observed everything in silence and understood more than anyone else. One day the king went hunting deep into the forest. While walking alone, he suddenly heard a melody so enchanting that he stopped in his tracks. The song was unlike anything he had ever heard. Following the sound, he found a vibrant, golden-feathered bird perched on a tree branch, singing with a voice as pure as the wind. The king thought, "If I could have this bird in my palace, I would enjoy this heavenly music every day." He sent his soldiers to capture the bird, but no matter how hard they tried, the bird was far too clever to be caught. Frustrated, the king summoned Gopal and said, "Listen, Gopal, you must bring me that bird within 7 days, or I'll have your head shaved permanently off your body." Terrified, Gopal set off the next morning for the forest. After a long and tiresome search, Gopal finally found the bird. Bowing respectfully, he said, "O wise bird, I know you are free and proud, but the king demands your presence. If I return without you, I shall be executed." The bird looked deep into Gopal's eyes and saw something rare. Not fear, but honesty and humility. The bird replied, "I will go with you, Gopal, but under one condition. Every day I will speak a truth to the king. If he learns from these truths, I shall sing for him. But if he loves lies more than wisdom, I will remain silent." Gopal agreed, though unsure what would happen. The next day, Gopal brought the bird to the royal court. The king was overjoyed. "Ah, so this is the famous bird. Now sing for me." The bird spoke softly, "My king, I will sing. But first I must tell you a truth each day. If you understand it, my song shall follow. Today's truth is, a king who does not love his people shall not be loved in return. His kingdom cannot last." The king laughed, brushing it off as nonsense. But that night, the words echoed in his mind. The next day, the bird said, "Power creates fear, but love creates respect." Another day it said, "Without people, a king is just a lonely man with a crown." Each day, a new truth, and with each truth, a seed of doubt was planted in the king's mind. He began to see the truth in the bird's words. He started to observe his kingdom. He spoke to commoners in disguise. One elderly farmer told him, "My king, you have always taken from us but never given back. If you ever truly listened to us, we would serve you with all our hearts." Those words struck deeper than a sword. Day by day, the king changed. He reduced unfair taxes. He built wells and roads. He started listening to cases in court personally. Slowly, fear was replaced by gratitude across the land. The people whispered in the markets, "The king has changed." And it was true. The bird continued its daily wisdom, now followed by sweet melodies that filled the palace with joy. But even the king knew It was not the song that brought peace to his heart, but the truth behind it. One day, the king bowed before the bird and said, "You have changed my life. I no longer wish to rule with fear. What do you desire in return?" The bird replied, "I wish to be free. I want to sing while flying through the skies, not from behind golden bars. Set me free, and your transformation will be complete." Without hesitation, the king opened the cage and let the bird fly. As it soared into the sky, its final words echoed in the royal court. The true king is not the one who rules others, but the one who masters himself. The king smiled and from that day ruled not as a tyrant, but as a wise and just leader. And Gopal, the quiet barber, was made royal advisor, for it was he who had faith and wisdom over fear. This story is not merely about a mischievous king changing his ways. It's a reflection of the inner battles we all face, between ego and empathy, power and compassion, fear and understanding. King Vikram Singha believed that power and obedience were all that mattered, but it took the subtle truths of a magical bird and the silent courage of a humble barber to awaken his conscience. The bird represents wisdom, gentle yet powerful, and never forced. Gopal, the barber, is the quiet hero who, instead of confronting tyranny with rebellion, uses patience, strategy, and belief in truth to save both himself and the kingdom. The lesson here is profound. Real change doesn't come through fear or force, but through understanding, self-reflection, and humility. The greatest power a ruler or any person can have is the ability to listen, learn, and grow. Truth may not be loud, but it transforms. And sometimes all it takes to awaken a hardened heart is a quiet song of wisdom whispered by someone who truly cares.